Now, it's Boomer Life, lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is Boomer Life on CIL 650.
How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail.
I can actually remember singing along to that song when I was about 5 years old, driving in the car with my mom and my dad. That's Patty Page and that doggy in the window. Welcome to Boomer Life here on CIL 650. What's with the doggy in the window song? Well, it's about time we talked pets again on Boomer Life, and it's a real pleasure to welcome Rhonda Hebert to the program. Rhonda is the Grande Fromage, the big cheese, the owner of Pampered Pets Ultrasonic, with locations all over British Columbia. Hello, welcome to Boomer Life.
Thank you for having me, Sterling. It's a pleasure to be here.
Do you remember that song from you were a little kid?
I do. And that doggy in the window is priceless.
Yeah, it's a great song, too. And, of course, for a little kid, it's so easy to, the words were easy as all get out to remember.
And it just makes you happy.
Absolutely. And so do pets. Pets make people happy. Pampered Pets Ultrasonic is the 2015 version of an idea that began in Delta back a few years ago in 2009 under a slightly different name. Tell us the story, Rhonda.
I opened a grooming salon called Pampered Pets Grooming and Care.
Okay.
And I emphasized the and care part because I knew that I wanted it to grow into something more. And I developed that through with my dog Daisy, who needed her teeth cleaned. And I found a procedure that would do the teeth cleaning. So I went and learned the procedure and then integrated human-grade machinery, scalers, polishers, flossers. I could use everything to make your dog's experience a wonderful experience. So the expansion started probably the end of 2009, and by 2011, I had already had 4 stores running.
Interesting. So what took you, though, from the grooming aspect of the pet care to the ultrasonic teeth work? What turned the corner for you to move in that direction?
Sterling, if you saw a dog in dental pain, it would be so sad for you, and it would turn you into a hygienist. It's just such a compelling and over-the-top rewarding field. Serving dogs is my mission in life, and making them pain-free makes me joyously happy.
So when did you let go of the grooming end of the business and begin to focus exclusively on Pampered Pets Ultrasonic?
3 years ago.
Okay. So there was a transition out of grooming into this newer, more exclusive area of caring for dogs.
Well, I saw the need. The need creates the business.
Sure.
And seeing the need and then having some of my customers who were coming for grooming saying, do you know anyone who can clean the teeth? My vet wants to charge me $1,000 to clean my dog's teeth. So I brought someone in, and then I learned from them when they were doing hand scaling. So I learned from them, and then I introduced all the machinery and the technologies of the 21st century.
Interesting stuff. So I suppose now I'm a pet guy, as you probably gathered by my expression. It's about time we got talking pets again on Boomer Life.
Absolutely.
I miss it. We've had veterinarians on the show and dog trainers, and I'm a pet guy, so this is right up in my wheelhouse.
Yes.
But I must be honest with you, when it comes to caring for pets, and I've had dogs my whole life, it has never once occurred to me, I'll be honest with you, it has never once occurred to me that my dog, or dogs plural, over my lifetime, might have ever experienced dental issues. It never came up.
4 out of 5 dogs in veterinary studies show that they have an oral situation in their mouth. Pedigree has put out a study that says dogs live 3 to 5 years longer with good oral care.
Well, I don't dispute that at all. I suppose it's, though, we tend to sort of think now, and this is different now because we tend to think of our pets and treat them somewhat differently these days than we used to. Pets have become more socially acceptable family members in many cases, and they were always just sort of relegated to being, it's the dog, and that's that.
Well, everyone knows doggy kisses. Doggy kisses are so prominent. Everyone loves to get kisses from their dog. When their dog has bad breath, that's what prompts them to come to me. I want my doggy kisses, and I give them fresh, minty kisses.
Well, it is true. We all like to get that little attention from Rover, but when Rover has breath that would stop a train, you kind of go, it kind of takes the sizzle out of getting a doggy kiss, doesn't it?
But
then you just go, oh, my, that doggy breath. Whew, gee, have to do something about that.
Absolutely.
And it turns into a joke, and you don't think about it anymore. My dog has bad breath, but they all do. Next.
Well, then you see the Pampered Pets commercial and you realize it's something your dog doesn't have to have. Your dog's life will increase and be better for this procedure.
Okay. When I've spent a fair bit of time in the dentist chair, regrettably, in the last couple of years, having some long overdue work done. And I learned from my dentist, who's a remarkable young woman, that in school now, they teach dentists to help doctors diagnose oral conditions. You can detect cancer. You can detect many other potential harmful diseases with an oral examination. If this is the case in humans, would it also logically be the case in four-legged critters as well?
Well, with dogs and cats, it's different. I do probably 30% cats, 70% dogs.
Okay.
And what has set me aside is I became a level 2 dog paramedic, and it was an amazing experience. And what that taught me was my skills are able to detect if something is amiss in the mouth. And if there's something amiss in the mouth, I take pictures and I send it to them and say, take this to your veterinarian and show this to your veterinarian. I am not a veterinarian.
Right.
I am able to get dogs to care to their veterinarians.
Right.
And if I see something that the veterinarian can't easily see, I take pictures for them and I send it to them so they can address the issue promptly.
Right. Now, only a veterinarian clearly would be in a position to officially diagnose.
Absolutely.
However, if you have dog paramedic training
I do.
at level 2, you
Level
say.
2.
So this is news, friends.
It is.
I did not know such a category existed. But so how long did it take to become one of those?
To be fully good at it, it took me a year.
Okay.
To be very confident where I feel like I could resuscitate a moose right on the floor here, it took me a year.
Well, here's hoping that doesn't have to happen over the next hour. It's a little close quarters here at the radio station, friends. But we're talking about the whole matter of diagnosing. The veterinarian will diagnose. But if in the course of assisting a client and helping doing a teeth cleaning on a dog, you've been at this for a long time now. So you go, oh, well, I've seen this before and it's not good. You'll take a picture and ask that client to take the dog to the veterinarian and have this specifically looked at.
Yes.
And if there's an issue, here's a picture too. Are more of us, going back to my own childhood in which the dog's dental issues were never, ever considered. It just was never a part of a conversation I ever had as a child, and had a lot of dogs.
Did you have big dogs, too?
We had fairly large dogs.
That's the reason. All dogs have 42 teeth, whether they're 42 teeth jammed into that tiny little poodle mouth or it's 42 teeth in a Labrador. Those dogs won't need as much cleaning because there's space between their teeth.
Oh.
And with the mixed breeding we do now, where we mix a big breed with a small breed, sometimes they get a kickback of the big teeth in the little dog.
Oh, really?
So that causes dental issues.
I was just going to say, in which case, probably, if you then you would have crowding and perhaps, so you might even need to pull a few in some cases. Right?
Yes, I have sent dogs for an extraction to save other teeth. Yes, with their veterinarians.
But again, that's a veterinary function.
Absolutely.
And so again, you are in a position to provide a service, make some pretty astute observations, and pass along some recommendations.
Pass along my opinions.
Right.
To my veterinarians. I work with several veterinarians who are top of their field, and we recognize each other's abilities, and I am a teeth cleaner. That is my job.
Right.
Anything that needs a veterinarian, I have excellent veterinarians, or people will have an excellent veterinarian.
Right. Do most people who come to you, and it's been a few years now, do most people have vets? Is it because we're finding out in the general population, Rhonda,
every dog has a vet.
Oh, is that right? Because
yeah.
more and more of us, for example, don't have a family doctor. It's pretty possible now to walk down a street in Vancouver and talk to 10 people and ask them, do you have a family doctor? And all 10 of them go, well, no, I go to one of those clinics, So when we come to our pets, are we as ambiguous in terms of connecting? We're a little more. Isn't that interesting?
9 out of 10 dogs will have a veterinarian.
And even if the owner may not have a
doctor.
A family doctor.
People will feed their dogs before they feed themselves.
I've heard that. Yes, that's true. That's
the
interesting.
dog becomes number one in your life because it's unconditional love without flack ever.
Well, that's right.
Yes.
That's the best part of being a dog person.
Yes.
They just love you to pieces,
Well,
no matter how rotten a person you are, how bad a day you've had.
When you're owned by a dog, your life is complete.
Sure. Okay, now you said at Pampered Pets Ultrasonic you do both dogs and cats.
Yes.
I've had both dogs and cats, again, a lot over the years. It's always been a lot easier. It's been easier to have a cat because they kind of take care of themselves. But it's easier to have a dog because you can do a whole lot more with a dog. They're kind of willing to go along with the gag a whole lot easier than cats. You want me to do what? Forget about it, says the typical cat.
Absolutely.
So I'm assuming, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it's got to be easier to deal with dogs and cats.
It is, because cats have staff. Dogs have people, cats have staff.
That's very true. That's very true. So I've been allowed to serve a cat.
Yes. I serve a King Arthur. I have a cat named King Arthur. I serve King Arthur.
And so I would imagine, just based on that, but put up a bit more of a physical protest when asked to have their mouths open and their teeth examined.
They do, but I used all kinds of different techniques to calm your pet. I use Tellington touch. I use wrap therapy. I do pressure point therapy. I do heart-to-heart bonding, just like you do with a newborn baby before I clean their teeth.
Wow.
I get that dog in tune with my heartbeat, my body, me. I sit there and kiss it and pet it until it's ready.
Right.
I make that dog ready, and I teach it little doggy dental manners.
Oh, okay. And all the nice things that you can't do with a cat.
Yes. And the nice thing is I teach this so that the parents, when they go home with some topical agent or something that they have to give to the dog, I teach them how to do that. And in dogs with crowded teeth, I teach them how to brush their teeth. It's so important that I have on my website, the first thing you see is how to floss your dog's teeth.
Oh, okay. Okay, and that website, by the way, is PamperedPetsUltrasonic.com. All one very long word.
Yes.
PamperedPetsUltrasonic.com.
And learn how to brush and floss your dog's teeth.
But in all of these methods and techniques that you talk about, there is one approach that you do not employ, and that's sedation.
Never.
Okay, now that's the big difference here.
Yes.
Because in a lot of situations, your dog needs a little attention, Sterling, but he's a big critter, and I don't want to get my hand bitten off. So you just bring him around to the office, and we'll put him under, and we'll fix his teeth for you, and then you can come back in a few hours, and he'll be awake, and he'll be happy to see you. And so why don't you sedate dogs?
Because I don't like the groggy doggy.
Oh. It's just that simple.
Yeah, it's that simple. Anesthetic is hard on anyone.
That's true. They say people, it's absolutely true. If you can avoid an anesthetic in a procedure, they say avoid it. Now, obviously, in some cases, you need them, but...
If you've ever watched a dog coming out of anesthetic, it is pathetic.
It is.
It is awful. It's heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
When I have to have a dog go for surgery, I go with that dog. I hold its paw through the whole thing, and I wake it up. I slowly massage it. I wake that dog up so it has a calm wakening. I never let a dog go through a horrible surgery by itself, either me or the parent.
So your decision, though, as part of establishing the business model, once you decided, okay, this teeth thing, this ultrasonic thing really has, wow, this is really starting to go places here. Maybe we should pursue that a little more aggressively and let the grooming and the other stuff start to fall away. But you made the decision at that time then, Rhonda, under no circumstances will sedation ever be included in what we do.
I decided that because of driving Miss Daisy, my dog. She is the inspiration for this because she had a collapsed trachea and could never be sedated and had to have her teeth cleaned. And it became a major issue. She started losing teeth and her health was being affected. So that's how this all started. So the love of dogs and our people love of dogs is what drives us.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's no question about people and love of dogs, but it's just you've chosen a path that clearly for which there is a great need. You have 30 locations and growing.
Yes.
Rumors now of moving across the mountains into Alberta.
Yes.
Talk of going national. I mean, this is just an idea whose time has arrived.
Yes. I took the advice of Mr. Weckerly from the Dragon's Den. I'll be featured on there this season.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was kind of saving it for later. But you're going to be one of those people who faces those meanies on the Dragon Den.
And they're dragons.
Oh, they are.
Oh, they're dragons.
Now, when will we get to see you on this show?
Well, I just wanted to add, Mr. Weckerly said something last year that really floored me and made me realize how to grow this business. He said, create the need and the business will follow.
Okay.
And I reiterated that to him when I was on camera with him. And I said, you have inspired me to greatness. I said, you said, create the need. So I have created a need with a business that was not there before.
Right.
But now is so popular because when you come and pick up your dog in an hour, it's happy and wagging its tail and fresh minty breath. And you have an oral plan and you have a maintenance program for the rest of your dog's life. And your dog will have a hygienist for life.
Right. Okay. And when do we get to see you on Dragon's Den?
I don't know. I'm hoping the beginning of the year.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's going to be an exciting
It's very
thing.
exciting.
And of course, I can't ask any questions. Rhonda is sworn to secrecy, and I'm not even allowed to ask. But I'll be watching.
Yes.
Come, what is it? Dental Month,
Dental
right?
Month. February is National Veterinarian Dental Month.
Okay.
That is one of my busiest months because people go in and here all they need is a teeth cleaning.
Right.
And then people go, well, why do we have to sedate now? We have another option. So what I want is to gain awareness to everyone that this is an option for them.
I would think also, again, just from a looking in the window from the street kind of perspective, Rhonda, this got to be less expensive. If you're not going to have your dog sedated, as in knocked out, perhaps even for an overnight stay, certainly for a few hours, but you're going to have all the teeth work, all the teeth cleaning done. Well, minus the sedation, it's probably going to be minus more than a few dollars, too, isn't it?
Quite a few dollars, sir. I've had quotes up to $2,000.
For the whole sedation program?
For the whole sedation program and extractions and a dental cleaning. I had one dog go in for one tooth, and it was $1,900.
Holy smokes. Wow. And typically versus what would a typical cost at Pampered Pets Ultrasonic be? If it's $1,900 there, what might it be competitively at your place?
Respectively, that $1,900 one was a little out of the
I agree.
Out of the ballpark. It's usually between $800 to $1,200 is usually the quotes that people get from their veterinarians.
Okay.
And they come to me anywhere between $250 to $350, depending on the amount of tartar and calculus in the mouth, because that's all I do is remove tartar and calculus.
Right.
This is a hygienic procedure, not to be confused with a medical one.
Right.
So I am just cleaning your dog's teeth. So that takes away sedation, takes away pain meds, takes away all the other stuff that's needed. It's not needed for me.
But how do you get Fido to settle down while you stick? Because I'm thinking of my own dentist. I go for teeth cleaning, and they use the ultrasonic with the water and the vibration. It makes a funny noise, and it's incredibly effective, and it's very fast.
Very
But
quick.
how do you get a dog to... Well, okay, go ahead, knock yourself out. I'm fine. I'll just lie here, and you can do whatever you want.
I can do anything to a dog by using the techniques I told you about, the Tellington touch,
Right, okay.
the wrap therapy, the pressure points on the head, inside the mouth, all of these things which I've learned through the years of doing the dogs. I can settle. The biggest dog I've done was a Commodore named Mr. Watson, and he was over 200 pounds.
Okay.
His nose was as big as my head.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Size
can,
of a small pony, for crying out loud.
Yes, you could have rode that guy in there. So it's gaining the trust of the dog. Once the dog trusts you and believes that you're going to help it, it'll let you do anything.
And I watched that Dog Whisperer show on TV, and that guy does the same thing.
Exactly
Dog's
the same
freaking
thing.
out and frothing at the mouth. The guy comes in and does a couple of things, and the dog just settles right down.
Yep. I am like the dog whisperer of teeth.
I believe that.
They call me the tooth fairy.
All right. And we're just getting started, friends. From Pampered Pets Ultrasonic, Rhonda Hebert is with us, finally, to getting talk pets again on Boomer Life. Your happy host, Sterling Fox, and Rhonda Hebert back with lots more right after this.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.